Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Other speakers, guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Actually, I was very hesitant when I got invited to speak before this kind of forum. This is my first ever to speak before a forum such as this. Olivia here, of Distilleria Limtuaco, persuaded me to speak today. She told me that this would be a very good forum, considering that there is a wrong perception about your province, Sulu. So I thought I would give it the chance for my province. Now let me speak about Sulu. Next. Sulu was established a century ago in 1917. It is located in the southern Philippines. It is one of the component provinces of the ARMM with 2 congressional districts. It has 410 barangays. It is a second-class province with 824,000 population and 167,000 hectares of land area. It has always been depicted as a war-torn area. But Sulu is so beautiful. With its pristine white beaches, and look at the islands, look at the colors. I must show some images because they say that these images are more truthful than perhaps of what I would say. We are likewise very rich in culture. Look at the performing arts, our weaving, our musical instruments. You should see our dancers. Civilization in the Philippines started in Sulu. That was way, way back. Next. We are very rich in agricultural and aquamarine resources. Our major crops are coconut, cassava, abaca, coffee, native mangoes, and exotic fruits like durian, mangosteen, and lanzones. We are also growing seaweeds, and we do fishing as among our major industries. Sulu contributes 40% of the total Philippine export of Karajinan. But not so many know that we have so much to offer. Sulu has 1 airport. We have 3 seaports. And the Philippine Airlines is resuming flights to Sulu in of this year, the middle of this year, sometime in June or July. We have 5 banking institutions. But, the poverty incidence, Mr. Milito Salazar, I do agree with you. The poverty incidence is so high at 61.8%, way, way above the national average of 20%. Next. We are a people who take pride in our heritage. We value our freedom and appreciate peace and harmony. But perhaps we only have freedom of movement. Our people are hungry for freedom from illiteracy and sickness. This is human nature. You can build castles, they say. You can build bridges. But in the end, people will always ask for freedom. Next. Now, the Sultanate of Sulu is a Muslim state that in the past ruled the islands in the Sulu archipelago, parts of Mindanao, certain portions of Palawan, and northeastern Borneo. Sulu was a regional entry port. It was not a back door, it was a front door. In fact, we were trading. Even long before the Philippines became a country, we were already trading with China. We were already trading with India. We were already trading with Arabia. Recently, I was able to bring the 5 royal houses of Sulu together. They signed the covenant and made me or conferred on me a royal title of Datu Shabandar as their special envoy. And very soon, I would like to invite them to come to China. For in fact, I already sought an appointment with the ambassador, the Chinese ambassador to the Philippines, and this is going to take place, inshallah, God willing, on Friday. I want to invite the 5 sultans, together with the entourage, to come to China and visit the tomb of the Sultan of Sulu, who was invited by the then Emperor of Cathay, when mainland China was still known then as Cathay. This was in the year 1417. That was 600 years ago. So we want to visit the tomb of the Sultan of Sulu, the only monarch buried in Chinese soil. Next. Is economic development hampered by instability, unrest, and long-running separatist insurgency? I would say it is the other way around. In the past administrations, the same sentiment was shared by people from all over Mindanao, not only in Sulu, but also in Mindanao. We were forgotten, we were neglected, and I would like to believe this brought about to the unrest in the South. Next. Now, the Philippine government has been talking to several fronts, or at least to 2 fronts in the South, to the Moro National Liberation Front and to the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, and came up with a solution of organizing the ARMM, the Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. But to me, the autonomous region in Muslim Mindanao is not the answer. In fact, no less than the president, the former president of the Philippines, President Aquino, who dubbed this as a failed experiment. Although, in the last elections, President Aquino proceeded to fully support candidates who have been governing in the ARMM. For what reasons? I really do not know. There must be millions, billions of reasons behind this. Now, I have been wanting, that is why I have been wanting to get out of the ARMM. Why do I want to get out of the ARMM? We are being subsidized by the national government. So do you call this autonomous? We can never be autonomous for as long as we are not self-sufficient. Look at the provinces outside of the ARMM. they are more prosperous than those in the ARMM. The poverty incidence, despite the amount of funds provided by previous administrations to the ARMM, the poverty incidence continues to go up. It has never gone down. In fact, ARMM is the poorest region in the whole country. Next. But there is a better alternative. The better alternative is federalism. I would say it is a better alternative because this would free us from the ARMM. They will have to amend the Constitution, and this would allow the territorial configuration to change. Just yesterday, I was with the President, and I told the President about it. I told the President that it is not, perhaps, that may not be good for the Muslim provinces or the poor provinces or the impoverished provinces to be lumped together. We want to be assimilated into the mainstream. We do not want to be isolated and be confined to just one corner. We want to be a part of the whole country. Next. Now, in local governance, I have been a governor. Actually, I'm no longer the governor. It is my son who is the governor. We are trying as much as possible to make local governance very participative. We always invite the civil society organizations, the business sector, the academic, the religious, and the security sectors. So, this is how we are doing it. Since we can hardly go to the regional government, which is highly centralized. Next. Now, entrepreneurs and investors as game changers. The big business, the investors, the entrepreneurs, you are the answer to our problem. You can help alleviate poverty because big business, the resources of big business is boundless. Unlike government, they change leadership, they change policies, they change programs. So, we have so much to offer. We have copra, in fisheries and in agriculture. That's why we would like to invite our entrepreneurs to come to Sulu and see for yourselves how we live there. Next. In fact, we are glad that we now have a president who comes from Sulu, from Mindanao. Never did we have any president who was from Mindanao. It is only President Duterte. And recently, he invited big business to come together in Malacanang. That was on December 19. And he dubbed this as the town hall event. Invited big business like San Miguel, the MVP group, the group of Lucio Tan, the group of Gokong Wei, Distilleria Limtuaco, Shumart, and so many others. And recently, we launched their pledges and commitment in Sulu. In Sulu, they were there, and they saw how we live there. So we are very, very thankful to this big business who are providing school buildings, providing a livelihood, and putting up business, including power. MVP has committed to put up a coal-fueled power plant of 50 megawatt. Next. Now, we have possible areas of investment. We can invest in telecommunications, in food technology, food processing, seaports, even airport, and of course, power. Next. You know, it is only a matter of perception, as I said earlier. There was a friend of mine when I was doing trading, many, many years back, an Indian friend of mine who would always tell me, Sakur, it is always good to fish in troubled waters. That is if you take risks. And I know businessmen, big business always take risks. They dare to venture into the uncharted waters. So may I invite you to come and visit and dare to tread the uncharted waters of the Sulu Sea. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.